Do you want some custom tactics for new gen and old gen FIFA, which you can use quickly on the counter attack, play some tick attacker and get that football going? Well, the 4-2-2-2 is one of the best formations in FIFA 23 right now. We're going to walk you through it, show you exactly what you need to run and how you play it in game. The rundown, as we always do, the tactics will be on screen for when you want to jump to that. If you don't want to hear about the players that we're using right now, Bamba at fullback, I'm very, very impressed with. Do I think he's better than Klaus? In a way, yes. Do I think he's better than Timothy Hakimi? Maybe, maybe not. I'd need more game time on that front. I think Hakimi is brilliant. But Bamba, definitely an objective you should go and do. You get some great fodder from it as well. 4-star skill moves, 4-star weak foot, high. He's very good defensively. His body type really didn't seem an issue. He's quite strong for a smaller fullback out on that right hand side, but the reason why I like him, he's good going forward. He can pass the ball, he can whip a ball in, he's agile, absolutely no problems with him whatsoever. Hazard, I actually think this is arguably one of the best fullbacks I've used on FIFA 23. I don't know what it is about him, but he just seems to be everywhere. He's strong in the tackle, he can dribble, he can shoot, he can pass. I think he's a perfectly well-rounded fullback. Good thing about him, he gets chemistry regardless of anything. He just goes in and gets 3 chemistry, so absolutely no problem running him. Vitinha, so many people didn't like the look of this card, and I was like, why? He's 5'7". Yeah, he doesn't have a unique body type. He is a little bit weak. But 5-star skill moves, 4-star weak foot. He basically can play anywhere up front, on the wing, cam, even centre mid if you wanted to. He's a versatile card, which I really, really rate. I think he's honestly a good SBC for cheap value and better than the likes of maybe Foden, who was much more expensive. Obviously, different leagues. Van Persie, I did pack, fortunately, from the Liga NOS and Serie A for Champs objective that we did on the weekend. I've been playing him on the wing. I've been playing him up front. I'm going to be honest, I'm not massively impressed by him. I don't know. I've tried Engine. I've tried a Catalyst. I just don't feel like he feels that quick. I don't feel like he feels agile. He just feels heavy. And for a tall guy, you know, he's obviously not great in the air. His aggression's only 60 with 70 jumping. So that's a little bit weird for me to have a taller player that isn't great in the air. But either way, decent enough. Bobby Firmino, we are playing in CDM. I think it's his best position as a centre mid, kind of box to box, getting up down the pitch. I don't think he's a great forward. I have tried him in the attacking roles, and I am seriously not a fan. But it is time for what you came here for, the 4-2-2-2 custom tactics. This formation is brilliant at the minute. As I said, at breaking, being quick, being direct, allowing you to look for over the top through balls, and just a very, very versatile formation that can work well against the 5 at the back, that can work well in pretty much all scenarios. Works on old gen and new gen, as we always say. We will talk about how it interferes on both versions of the game. Defensive style, this formation, as most formations are nowadays, are just completely balanced. We just want to remain neutral. This is what we start the game with. We don't need to change anything as of yet. If you get into the 65th minute, you're 2-1 down, feel free to change to press on possession loss or use team press on the D-pad. Constant pressure as you get later on in the game. For our defensive width then, how do we want this to play? Well, we want to run 47 defensive width, and what we're looking to do here is to be a little bit more narrower than we would be if we were running 50 and higher. Your left back and right back are going to be tucked in to the side of the 18-yard box, making it really difficult for your opponent to play in between those players, your defenders. It will give up space on the wing. I always say this, you have to be aware of the wing play. Driving down the byline is super effective on FIFA 23, so ensure that you don't give it up too easily. How do we do that? We bring our right attacking mid, our left attacking mid back. We get them involved. We help tag team up on that wing back if we need to. For our defensive width, first of all, if you're on old gen, I say this every tactics video, I recommend running around 40 to 50, just a neutral kind of balanced one. The game on old gen is more open, so running a lower depth will serve you better. For players that maybe don't feel comfortable in running a high line, running a high press and being aggressive to the opponent, I'd still recommend being around 50 to 55. This tactic though, hear me out, I'm running 71 depth, which gives us that auto offside trap because I want to be quick, I want to be direct, I want to win that ball. and I want to maintain myself in doing that. And you might go, whoa, that's too much for me. It's not a problem. I started this tactic on 50-50, as I always do. You can run 50 depth. It's not a problem. So if you want to be more aggressive like myself, run 71. But if you're a little bit not really sure if that's for me, I'll go with 50. Build-up play. This is interesting. I actually got this from playing against someone on FIFA 23. I realised they were so quick in the transition, and I was like, what are they doing? Message them. They said, this is what I've been trying. Give it a go, Al. See what you think. Fast build-up and forward runs. What does fast build-up do? It says when we win the ball in defence midfield, let's transition out and let's be quick. In the 4-2-2 specifically, we're going to look to go from our DMs out to our wingers first and then into the strikers. Going from the DM to the striker is quite rare because it's a massive gap between those players. But this is going to encourage every one of your players in your team to move up the pitch and transition forward. The forward runs is then going to push the defensive line deep into their 18-yard box, allowing you for power shots, finesse shots, travellas, German crosses. It's going to allow you to look for a pass out from the wing into the striker to lay into the feet. And then guess what? We're going to turn, we're going to look for a step over, and we're going to be direct and take that defense on. And that is the beautiful thing about this setup. It's so quick in the transition. If you play against a 5 at the back, simply press up on right on your D-pad for hug sideline, and you are going to destroy any 5 at the back that you come up against. Now, for our width, how do we run this? The 4-2-2 for me works best when it's a little bit more narrower than it is wide, unless playing against the 5 at the back, as we've said. So we run 46 width here. This actually tells your right attacking mid and left attacking mid to sit slightly inwards of their fullback. So they're not on the outside of them, they're on the inside, which gives your link-up play for your over-the-top through balls, your crosses, your 1-2s, your quick movement between your attackers super easily and super effective. And then for our players in box, one of my personal favourites is always 6. That's what we run for there. It just gives you movement in behind. If you're getting in for that sweat opportunity to run across the byline, you will have those opportunities to do so. Time for the player instructions. You're more nimble striker. You're more one that's going to receive the ball into feet. You want them on stay forward. That's Vitinha for me. The bigger striker, or the one that you want who's got a bit more physicality and strength, getting in behind for the first time over the tops. We lay it into Vitinha and then play it over in behind to Mbappe. That is on stay forward and get in behind. For your right wingers and left wingers, we actually have these on completely balanced in this left attacking mid and right attacking mid, letting them kind of do their own things. The players in the box is at 6, meaning they will show in for that cut back across anyway, so we don't need to tinker with there. Now, your left centre mid, it doesn't matter whether this is left or right, your choice. This is just the one that you want getting up and down the pitch. You know, occasionally showing for the finesse shot on the edge, the power shot on the edge. Bobby Firmino scored some bangers for me recently. He's on cut passing lanes and cover centre. Now, your right DM, this is your more defensive-minded one. This is Verratti for me. This is a ball-playing defensive midfielder. He is on cut passing lanes, stay back while attacking, cover centre, and deep-lying playmaker. This is a great instruction. What does it actually do? It tells Verratti to basically sit centrally, to show to feet, to show to the ball all the time, and want to receive it. If you have the ball with your fullback, ping it into Verratti, your DM. He can then distribute it out to the opposite side or pick out a man from almost anywhere. And they will never be pressed unless the opponent runs a centre attacking mid. Then they might have a little bit of problems, but that's quite rare. Stay back while attacking on both of our fullbacks and no overlap on there, letting them do their own thing. These guys are crucial to get forward in the attack on your instruction. You bring them forward. You trigger their own runs. You can even do up and left on the D-pad, I think it is. Can't remember. Might be up and right. Either way. Attacking fullbacks, press up on the D-pad, you'll see it, one of them. If you want to change that in-game, you can do that via doing this as well. So that right there is the player instructions and the custom tactics for the 4-2-2. The 4-2-2 is a formation over this year, which I've grown on massively. I didn't like it on FIFA 22, but I think it certainly suits the meta a lot more in FIFA 23, especially with a lot of 5 at the back. 3 at the back's being played right now. It works super well against those formations. So just take into account what sort of striker setups you want, how you want your DMs to play, and obviously the wingers needing to be quick and strong, ability to beat a man as and where they can. If you do want to try any of our other custom tactics, you can click this video right here and it will take you over directly to that.